It begins, as most great tragedies do, with a spark. A city built by exiles, traders, dreamers, pirates maybe. A place born from the ruins of another, hungering for a future no one else would give them. They built it on the coast of North Africa, where the sea met the desert, and they called it Carthage. To the Romans, it would become their obsession, their rival, and eventually, their warning to the world. This is the story of how Carthage rose to power, dared to challenge Rome, and was erased from the earth with fire and salt. Because when empires dream too big, somebody always burns. Carthage, according to legend, was founded by Queen Dido around 814 BCE. A Phoenician princess fleeing from the city of Tyre. Dido wasn't looking to start an empire. She was just trying to survive. The story goes like this. She landed on the North African coast and asked the local Berber king for just a little land, as much as could be covered by a bull's hide. Then she cut that hide into thin strips and encircled a hilltop. That hill would become Byrsa, the heart of Carthage. From the start, Carthage was clever, ruthless, built by people who knew how to twist a knife and smile doing it. Carthage didn't grow through war. Not at first, it grew through trade. They mastered the Mediterranean. Their ships were fast, their captains skilled, and their contracts ironclad. While Rome was still a messy cluster of farms and grudges, Carthage was shipping gold, silver, ivory, and slaves from Africa, Spain, and beyond. They didn't need to conquer to win. They just bought what they wanted. By the 5th century BCE, Carthage had transformed into the richest city in the western Mediterranean. Its navy dominated the seas. Its influence stretched from North Africa to Sicily, Sardinia, and southern Spain. And Rome? Rome was watching. In 264 BCE, the Roman Republic and Carthage slammed into each other like two freight trains on a narrow track. The cause? Sicily. Always Sicily. A rich, strategic island, and both empires wanted it. The First Punic War wasn't just Rome's first war with Carthage, it was Rome's first naval war. Carthage had the fleet, but Rome had the grit. And they had an idea. They captured a Carthaginian warship, reverse-engineered it, and then built a navy from scratch. Because that's what Rome did, learn fast, adapt faster. After 23 brutal years, Carthage surrendered Sicily. It was a costly peace. They paid Rome in silver and humiliation. But this was just round one. Carthage might have lost the First Punic War, but it wasn't done yet. Especially not in the eyes of one family, the Barcas. Enter Hannibal. General. Genius. Rome's worst nightmare. Raised in the fires of hate, Hannibal was taught from childhood to despise Rome. According to myth, his father made him swear an oath at age 9 to never be their friend. In 218 BCE, Hannibal triggered the Second Punic War, this time not over Sicily, but Spain. And then he did the unthinkable. He marched an army, including war elephants, across the Alps in winter. It wasn't just a military maneuver. It was a statement. I will come for you, and I will not take the easy way. For years, Hannibal terrorized the Italian countryside. He won battle after battle, Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and Cannae, where he encircled and destroyed a Roman army twice the size of his own. It was a bloodbath so legendary that modern militaries still study it today. Rome was staggering, but it never fell. That was the tragedy of Hannibal. He could win every battle, but never take the city. Meanwhile, a Roman general named Scipio Africanus took the war to Carthage's homeland. In 202 BCE, at the Battle of Zama, Scipio defeated Hannibal. The Carthaginian dream cracked. Carthage survived, barely, but Rome made sure it would never forget who won. After Zama, Carthage was left humiliated. They lost their navy, their overseas territories, their pride. They were forced to pay Rome massive reparations for 50 years, and yet somehow they bounced back. By 150 BCE, Carthage was rich again, peaceful too. But Rome wasn't interested in redemption arcs. They were nervous, paranoid, obsessed. One Roman senator, Cato the Elder, ended every speech with the same chilling phrase, Carthago delenda est. Carthage must be destroyed. It wasn't a debate. It was a death sentence. In 149 BCE, Rome declared the Third Punic War over a petty border dispute. But let's be honest, this was always going to happen. Carthage fought back, harder than Rome expected. For 3 years they defended their city, street by street, stone by stone. But it wasn't enough. In 146 BCE, Roman troops breached the walls of Carthage. What followed was horror. They burned the city, slaughtered or enslaved its population, and, according to legend, sowed the earth with salt so that nothing would grow again. Whether that last part is true doesn't matter. It's what Rome wanted remembered. Carthage would never rise again. So why tell this story? Because Carthage wasn't just some ancient city that lost a war. It was Rome's mirror, a version of what could have been. Mercantile, coastal, culturally rich. A rival in every way that mattered. Its rise showed how brilliance and ambition could build an empire without brute force. Its fall showed what happens when brilliance threatens power. Carthage didn't die because it failed. It died because it succeeded. Too much, too fast, and in Rome's shadow. And that's the thing about history. Sometimes greatness isn't enough. Sometimes you have to survive the jealous eyes watching from across the sea. Subscribe for more stories they don't teach in school.